What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back and happy Sunday. My name is, of course, Lightlegger, and today we are going to be talking about soon-to-be dead and also decaying legacy coins. And what I exactly mean by that is projects that were pretty much coming out in the earlier proof of work era, coins that were basically forks out of Bitcoin, and some of the earlier proof of stake coins as well, like Blackcoin, for example, and anything that pretty much came out before Ethereum introduced smart contracts into the space and changed the whole dynamic, what the blockchain can do, because before it was all about retail, becoming the currency that's used on the shops, on the markets, etc. However, I did a poll on Twitter not too long ago, and people agreed with my consensus that if you don't have smart contracts in 2020 on your blockchain, you're pretty useless, okay? Unless you have three different things that you can provide. One of these things. And the number one for that is privacy. So you become a store of value coin where you have the privacy of a nature, private transactions, private messaging. And that is something, for example, that Monero can provide. They're number one in terms of privacy, and that's why they have their spot in the top 100. Then you have retail adoption, and sadly, that is something that everybody was striving for, but then we realized that a lot of these projects were not able to scale. They were not able to do that many transactions actually on the stress test, and adopting on the actual shops and everyday malls and markets would be too hard. And so there's not really many coins that actually can do that out of these legacy coins. They're just not having enough TPS, and they're not too easy enough to use for normies. So I think the best shot for somebody to do the retail adoption might be Nano. Like Nano might not be even the coin that might be like conquering the actual retail adoption may not even be like a top 100 coin. That's how crazy the system right now is. And retail doesn't get enough focus, and it doesn't get enough cred either. And the third one is file storage. And that is something that StoreJ and Filecoin, for example, have kind of done, I guess, Burst Coin to an extent as well. So, everybody needs some type of a, place where they can store data, video files, images, music, etc. So if you're not one of those three or smart contracts, I don't think you have any business to be on top 100 on the list right now, or even a legit investment opportunity. Like what else possibly you would provide? But now let's get into the actual list. But before we do that, I do want to talk about the 51% attacks, which is a lot of the problems with legacy coins. We have so many of these old proof of work coins from 2011, 2017, 2015, 2013. A lot of them were released back then. And all of these have the same problem, which is the 51% attack. TLDR, in case you don't know what it is. Basically, somebody is mining on another sidechain, and if they have more than 51% of the hashing power of the total network, they will be creating these sort of a shadow blocks. So basically doing the blocks twice, doubling and minting more coins basically to the blockchain, and then they usually dump them on the market and making those sweet profits. And there has been many of those happening this year. Sometimes the projects don't want to talk about them or let them go into the talks of discussions in media, but these happen, and it's very cheap to do attacks on some of these smaller chains for Bitcoin Gold. $300 to do a 51% attack according to this website. It may not be up to date. I don't think these numbers are actually taken from any specific data thing, but I think they are somewhat close to the numbers. Ethereum Classic, for instance, has around 3.7 terahash right now. So these nice hash attacks, for example, can be very easy to do. On some of these older chains, we have Ravencoin, Monacoin, Nervos, Quark Chain, Eternity, Library, Metaverse, Vertcoin, Smart Cash, Callisto, $87 to do an attack right now. It's very cheap. Smart Cash, $26, and etc. And you can see the lower the list goes on some of these earlier projects here, it's easy to destroy them with a couple of dollars. And that's how crazy and unreliable these chains are, because it's so easy to attack them. And that's why legacy coins are bad, and why Bitcoin, I've been a very big Bitcoin critic, is because their technology is not up to date. And that's why you should trade a lot of these, not just proof of work coins, but anything that can be susceptible for these 51% attacks, which is inherently very proof of work heavy type of a problem. It's not so apparent with Dash, for example, which also has masternodes, or something that has proof of stake paired. But let's get into the list, actually. So there's going to be a lot of coins which I'm not going to be mentioning in full detail in this list. You can ask about them in the comment section below. But I really just saying there's so many of them and people still trade them. They can have millions in trading volume, but that can be a fake volume and just people being so out of the loop. So the first thing is Ethereum Classic, which is a bit of a dark horse. It's kind of like hard to say where this is going to be going. There's a chance for recovery for this project, no doubt. But they have gone through so many hacks. So let me understand or explain to you people. So Ethereum Classic this year alone has gone through, the DAO hack, which is the reason the Ethereum split. There was a soft fork vulnerability in 2016. And there was one in 2016, a carbon vote, Ethereum's fracture in 2016, 51% threat in 2016, and then this RTG attack on 2016, DAO funds unlock on ETC. But let's get into the recent dates, which are the most important here. We already had a one in January 2019. And this is not like good. You don't want to be operating or investing in a chain which is so insecure, such as Ethereum Classic. So in a matter of 3 months, July 20th, you had a client attack. July 31st, you had the 51% attack. August 2 attacks as well. And their solution was, hey, we are going to be basically banning ASIC mining, which also is another reason why it might die. ASIC mining I support, but it might reduce the actual reward of, or the mining, according to the 2miners.com, which is a good mining website, by the way, great article on, and they basically say that there's a chance that this will lead into the great reduction in price. And the problem is Ethereum Classic has no dApps that people are using. Nobody is using their blockchain. Saturn Network as a DEX is wildly unused. Like there's no reliable or great token projects in the whole blockchain. No great dApps to be mentioned about really. And what they are building in the future is basically an Ethereum ETC bridge. And they could serve as like a layer 1 solution or something like that, I guess. But having no interoperability at this point already is a horrible, horrible thing. And I just don't see a big future with my ETC. That's why I'm basically selling it. And ETC just generally like, why use ETC when you have Ethereum? And Ethereum Classic like also believe that because Ethereum will transition out of proof of work, all those miners will come to mine Ethereum Classic. And that's not actually guaranteed. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. If it did, it could boost a lot the security of the existing pools. And I think as long as the Ethereum miners are going to be continue mining something else, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more boost for other proof of work chains. So it's going to be a bit of a silver lining in that sense, Ethereum leaving, or everybody's just going to be slowly phasing out proof of work. And that's something that may happen. But Ethereum Classic, so many hacks, and the hashing power even now is like very not good. Then we have Bitcoin Gold, which is ranked at 84 right now, and I'm surprised it's ranked so high. They also had a hack this year in January, I believe. Yes. And they had one hack in 2018, and now they had in January, they had also now hacks. 2 hacks in the record. There's barely anything in terms of the roadmap happening for this project. They're building a Lightning Network, okay? Bitcoin can already do that. What are you going to be bringing to the table outside from that? Lightning Network, even on Bitcoin, is not really that great. So this is another project that really can't do anything right now. Like what exactly they're going to be doing that's going to be revolutionizing the space or making the customers start using their project. If you have 51% attacks, retails don't want to take you. They don't want to take you because you're very... and Bitcoin Gold, by the way, has a little above the hashing rate of Ethereum Classic. They are very close to be attacked by 51% attack again. They have no plans to going ASIC. So, I mean, doing ASIC ban. So, I mean, this blockchain is pretty much fucked. And I think there's going to be another attack coming on it soon. And then we had another Bitcoin fork, which is called Bitcoin Diamond. And this is even horrible versus Bitcoin Gold. It hasn't been doing that well in terms of price. It's pretty much a pump and dump project, which has not been, by the way, the GitHub hasn't been updated in 3 years. And still this coin is ranked 104? Come on, guys. 2 years since update on GitHub. Roadmap hasn't been updated since 2 years. There's nothing. I don't think they even have that Lightning Network that they talk about on this website. And there's no updates here. Look at beginning of 2019. We're in 2020, soon 21. So if you hold Bitcoin Diamond, dump it, okay? And I, by the way, I do free recycling, so you can send me the coins and I will recycle them for you in case you want to get rid of these shit coins. But absolutely anonymous developers. I'm very surprised there hasn't been a 51% attacks on Bitcoin Diamond. Its hashing rate is also very low. Small community, nothing really going on for it. Then we have Ravencoin, which I used to be very bullish on. It was at 4 cents last year, and it has been dying pretty badly. It was ranked like 70 or something, right now 105. Another coin that doesn't really have any roadmap whatsoever to be seen, and also they were hacked as well in July this year. So people basically minted 350 million Raven coins. Let me put that into the current valuation. I mean, that is like a what? $400,000, so $500,000 was basically printed out, or more basically, if I have the numbers right here. So a lot of money basically to that hack. And Ravencoin, once again, it's like 72 TPS. It's what can it do? It cannot do privacy. Yeah, you can issue assets on it. So what? Any blockchain basically can do that these days on the top. So Ravencoin is sadly one of these other projects which started out pretty cool, but you know, had a great community and etc. But you know, you went through a hack, and they have third of the hashing power of Ethereum Classic, third of that, and so you know. It's only it's a lot less than that. Like terahash is around 1 or something like that. So it is once again another coin that definitely can get hacked. I think they are ASIC resistant though, but having a hack still happening out is not good. And this is why I don't like proof of work, because these hacks happen and then voila, you're basically, well, out of all the value. And the last coin I talk about is Verge, which kind of got big when they talked about the whole Pornhub partnership. And Verge is another project that used to be 100 in not too long ago. Even this number is way too high for Verge. Verge, another one that doesn't really have a proper roadmap here. All of their updates have to do with like wallet apps and everything. Nobody's using their coin. The hashing power is very, very high. The Verge went through a hack in 2018. I think there was a recent hack that also happened on it. And basically, you know, doing a 51% attack on XVG would be very easy, I think, in the current moment. Also, you have to understand about Verge is that it's just inferior to Monero in every single way. There's no point of using Verge when you can use Monero, basically, because Verge can't offer anything to you. And privacy coins in general just have a really tough spot right now with regulation, and it's going to be an uphill battle for them, and I don't think most of them are going to be surviving, to be honest. And that's pretty much my rundown of, you know, the projects that I think are going to be dead and you should exit from. Not financial advice. There are a lot of other ones here. Navcoin, Namecoin, so many different projects which have been around for years and have no roadmaps. Look at always, number 1, roadmap. Number 2, GitHub deposits. Has there been any updates on GitHub? And is there something that the coin can do that no other coin can do? Something unique partnership, exclusivity on something. And that's something you don't really see with a lot of these projects. And there's so many of, in top 100, still a lot of these coins which definitely have been so antiquated in terms of their technology and what they can basically do. There's just so many better alternatives out there, and they're just going to be phased out. And I'm just saying that exit now before it's too late, because you're going to be losing money and they're just going to be slowly dwindling into zero. And I think as a last signing note, you have a couple of exchanges like Bittrex, which don't really delist tokens and coins, which kind of allows some of these coins, let's say Potcoin, for example, which is like literally only left on Bittrex, I believe. And the reason why they're there is the only reason they're live as a project, for example. So I think the exchange, Bittrex is the only one, and they have $2,000 of volume here. And Potcoin is still like, I think it's top 500 or something right now. But people still remember this coin. But I'm not going to be elaborating any longer. Obviously, if you like the video, you can send some tips, and obviously we'll be taking off your shit coins as well. If you have any questions about specific coins which are going to be dying, I will happily answer them in the comment section below. One video is not enough to discuss all of them. There's going to be another video which is kind of like a part 2 where I talk about coins that are going to be mooning alongside with Bitcoin on this next bull run. Stay tuned for that.